Morning. It's 4:57. It's about 16 degrees out. At least that's what it says for the next bigger town. It feels a bit cooler here. We're a few towns further into the mountains, a bit further up, and yeah, I was up at 4, but I took a bit of extra time with foot gear today because I got an extra blister yesterday, which is weird because I had less weight, so I'm not really sure what that was about, but I've cared for the one that's still healing and this new one, and yeah, hopefully that's all gonna go well. I've got a 30-kilometer journey today. Again, I'm having my bag transported, and I have an 800-meter climb today, or 850. So it comes in stages. The first one is like 550 or something, and then the last one is 300. And then it's flat for a little bit because we'll be up at the top, and we'll be up at the top at O Sobrero, which is the border town, I suppose, to Galicia, which is the last province. I think it's the last province across at northern Spain. And then it goes down. And the town where I'm going to, Triacastela, is down at the bottom of the climb. And because it's a 900-meter climb down to the bottom, or wait, no, the top was 1350. That's it. The top is 1350. It's just from where we are, we've got this 850 climb, I think. And but yeah, so I've got to go the entire 1350 down, I guess. And at the bottom is my town, Triacastela. So yeah, it's a bit nippy, so I think it's actually, I don't need my jacket, but I think it's actually colder than 16 degrees. It feels more like 10 to me. Hey, kitty. And I keep switching back and forth on the sides of the street because there are curves. I don't think there are any cars, but you never know, just in case. And that's enough. I'm going to focus on hiking now. I've got about 1 hour of an up climb on the road. I think I hear a car, in fact. 1 hour of an up climb on the road, and then I've got another, wow, see, there was a person, Monday morning, 5 a.m. And then I have the next hour and a half on the path, on soft road, until I make it to the top. I think that's about how it will go, depending on my speed. I might slow down because it's uphill, which would be completely understandable. It just depends on how steep the climb is. Psychologically, it's probably really good that I can't see how steep the road is, because I tend to get, even though I'm aware of it, I tend to get a little dispirited if I can't see, a flat bit over the rise. If I just see climb, and that's, if that's all I see, it tends to bring me, slightly down. That's not exactly right, because I don't really feel that oppression, but I definitely feel like, oh, okay, slog, So a slog is like, oh, you gotta just get through it, that kind of feeling. And of course, like all of us, I would much rather just enjoy the walk rather than have the feeling that, oh, you just got to get through it. So doing it in the dark completely sidesteps that entire possibility, because I have no idea what I'm heading into. So I just enjoy the walk, even if it is uphill. You know, going uphill, it gives you the opportunity to feel into your body and to feel the different muscles that are being worked and to start a communication with them. So right now I'm standing at the crossroads. I can take the bike route, which is a pavement, or I take the pedestrian route, right, which is through the woods and probably lots of stone. The only thing is it's in the dark, and I have, it's just too weird, because I'm not sure what I'll encounter in terms of the ground, stepping on little bugs, or tree roots or things like that. So in the dark, I think I'm choosing the pavement. And in the end, so I've already come, I've already come like 4 kilometers. So in the end, it's only 3 more kilometers on pavement, and then it will be light, and then I can move back to the softer ground. I think this is the better choice. You might like to hear the morning sounds. It's a warm wind, so it must be 16 degrees, and we're nearing the top, so we need to get to La Laguna, and then we join back with the pilgrims. So I'm on the bicycle pilgrims road, and the next little town is La Laguna, and then we join with the foot pilgrims road, and then it goes up to Ocebrero, which is the top. That's the 1,350 meters, and it's also the beginning of Galicia. So you can see that little village across the way. So across this big deep valley, that's La Laguna, and my path leads me straight ahead, and then I switch back. I think I might be able to see what the path is. It'll still be a climb, of course. And I switch back to La Laguna. And then from there, I head to Ocebrero. We'll take a little break there. It's been 1.5 hours now. So possibly another hour and a half until I get to Ocebrero, and then and then we'll take a break. That'll be my 3 hours, and then when I head down from Ocebrero, it's downhill all the way to Triacastela, and because it's such a long way down, I mean, we're talking probably 10 kilometers down. I'll definitely take a break halfway down just to make sure my knees are nice and protected. And because when I go downhill, I do bend in the knees so that there's not such a hard impact. But that is difficult to sustain over many, many kilometers. So I'll definitely take a little break from that. Oops. Okay, right here. You can't see beyond these. Hang on, we're coming to a part where you can see. So, beautiful, right? And we're just going up. Sorry, Urja, not much crunching. This is very rocky, so not much gravel to crunch on. But yeah, up to El Sobrero. And sunrise has officially come and gone, but who knows, it might still be quite beautiful. So you might see the sun up there. It's coming from over there. I don't know which side of the mountain we're going to be on. Hey, so I am now officially in Galicia, and I couldn't take a picture for you on the last climb because I was like clinging to the inner edge, and I was like, oh man, we're so high up. If I look out, I don't know. I don't usually have fear of heights, but or fear of falling or fear of depths or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, sometimes it just, the flies will not leave me alone. Sometimes it's just a bit too intense if I'm climbing. So yeah, I forgot to apply my lavender oil this morning. So the flies are just all over me, which is not very nice. But now it looks a bit flat. There are already some pilgrims in front of me. I'm sure they started higher up because there was no one on the road down below. And yeah, we're just heading across now, and then we'll finish the upward climb till, as I've said before so many times, El Sobrero. Can you see this? These flies behind me, this is insane. I really don't understand this. I don't see anybody else plagued by flies. Anyway, we're off the path now, but I just thought I could see the sun rising over here. I wasn't sure. Yeah. I don't want to go too far off the track. Looks like some people camp up here. That's all clouds down there. We're so high up. Wow. Both those areas. So that's like a sea of clouds. Way out. Where's my finger? There. And also there. It's all clouds. And we're gonna head that way. And you get a view of that side. And there's the sun, glorious sun. Beautiful cloud path above it. All right. So it's just past 7. So I've been going for 2 hours, a little over 2 hours now. So I don't know where El Sobrero is, but I'm pretty sure, maybe that's just the name of the peak, but I was pretty sure that was like a town as well. Anyway, I'll be heading on now. I'll take some photos probably after this. So up there where I took all the pictures, that was the Celtic village of Uppbeat. And we did kind of get to see the sunrise. It's a little bit higher, but still it's beautiful. And check this out. The sea of white forever. Isn't that incredible? Those are all clouds. Just forever. It goes even beyond the mountains there in the back. It goes way beyond that. All clouds. It's incredible. The energy is really high here. You know, everybody's like all smiley and happy, and you know, because I think because we're in Galicia now, so it's the final province, and you know, we made it to the top of this huge hill, and you know, it's like, it's exciting still, I guess. Not still, but it's an exciting thing. There's a road sign for Triacastela where I'm going, 22.5 kilometers, and that sounds about right because it's a 30-kilometer day, and Uppbeat was like 9 point something, 9.7, 9.8, something like that. So that sounds just about right. And I guess we've got, I'm told that it's a climb, that it's downhill all the way. So that sounds like 22 kilometers or 20 kilometers downhill, which seems kind of crazy, but we'll see how it goes. Right now it's a little teeny tiny incline. There's the road down there, but just beautiful, right? And here's one more marker. It says 159 point something, but I tell you, at the last marker it also said 159. So I don't really trust them that much, but yeah. And I think it's got to be less than that, to be honest, because I'm planning on going around 30 a day, slightly more, you know, 37 one day, 33 one day, 32 one day, but essentially 30. And no, actually, I think that is right then, because 30 times 5 is 150, and then with those few little extras, that would put it up to 159. So no, I guess that's right. So we have 159 kilometers to go before we reach Santiago. Estimated arrival, if I continue with my plan and with my reservations. I'm reserved all the way up until Thursday. I don't have a reservation for Santiago yet, because on Sunday no one was answering their phones. So I'll try today maybe to find somewhere once I'm at my albergue in Triacastela. But if it all goes to plan, then I'll be there on Friday, and then we see. It should lighten up. There should be fewer people by then. Well, after that. So when I start heading to Finisterre, I don't think all the pilgrims who joined up in Sarria or in Leon, I don't think they're going to continue to Finisterre, because apparently in order to get the Compostela, and I'll admit to you, I'm not 100% sure exactly what that is. Maybe it's a stamp or something, but in order to get that, you have to have come at least 100 kilometers on the Camino. So Sarria puts you square there. So if you start in Sarria and then you walk from there, then you get your Compostela. So apparently lots and lots of people start there in order to get this Compostela, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but you know, whatever. People do what they do. And it means that it's going to get really crowded, really full. So I'm glad that I have a place to stay for every night, except Friday, but I'm going to work really hard to find a place to stay Friday night. And then when I move on to head towards Finisterre, I don't think all those same people are going to be continuing, so it should be easier to get accommodation, and there'll probably be fewer people on the road. So I'm going to put you away for now. Isn't that amazing? And start shining out my white light again, because the flies have come back. When I don't focus on the white light emanating from every cell, and they surround me. It's really crazy. I don't understand it, but I've got to focus on it. Maybe it's some kind of spiritual cleansing I need to do still here at the end. So I'm gonna say goodbye for now. So I was just thinking, oh, we're going downhill now properly. I was just thinking about those calculations again. And my calculations are, of course, from where I started. And those calculations are from right now. So they are off by about 10 kilometers. It's not like 159 or just say 160. It's more like 150 from here or a little bit less. But essentially, yeah, they're not off by too much. People made this walk down the hill sound as if it were some terrible, awful, permanent downhill, you know, struggle against gravity, killer on the knees. And it's not. It's a really gentle down. Then there are upslopes, there are flat bits. So it's actually, I mean, the most beautiful day for this kind of a mountain walk, especially going downhill and all the gorgeous wind. It's absolutely stunning. Couldn't have picked a more fabulous day to come down the hill. And I'm very grateful that I listened to my own intuition to go all the way to Triacastela and not stop halfway, as the hospitalero from the last place had suggested. He was a little bit strange as well. He, when I said that I was a vegan, he almost got angry and said, "Now, I'm sorry, I don't understand vegans who get tattoos. Vegans are against hurting and then they hurt themselves." There's clearly no comparison, and besides that, you know, a tattoo isn't about hurting yourself. You know, that might be part of the process, but, you know, walking the Camino isn't about hurting yourself, and yet people get blisters and they walk with back pain, you know, and they walk with foot pain and knee pain and leg pain and shoulder pain, and that doesn't mean that they're all sadists or masochists, you know. So anyway, I'm glad I listened to my own intuition on that, and I'm just really enjoying this fabulous walk. And yeah, more later. There are just tons of trees. I'm not sure, these might be the eucalyptus forests I've been hearing about, but I'm not really sure. Actually, I don't think so. When I look at the leaves, or maybe some of those leaves are, yeah. Anyway, maybe are those? Does anyone know? But yeah. Anyway, talk to you later. Ciao. Hey, so it's been 4 hours, and I've not had a pause yet, but I'm still looking for like a nice spot. I was thinking in some little town would be really cool, but in spite of everybody telling me that this was going to be downhill all the way, I don't think they know what they're talking about. Like they said, from Uppbeat would be downhill, but it's not. It's like at least half up. So yeah, it's at least 18, 20. I forgot to check again. And I hit 15 kilometers quite a ways back. So I wouldn't be at my average 20 kilometers yet because of all the uphills, but maybe it's like 18, you know, or 19. And yeah, feet are still doing good. Interestingly enough, I'm starting to feel like right this minute a little twinge in the center of my back, which doesn't make me happy since I, you know, sent my bag along in order to avoid that. And yesterday I didn't have any back pain, and I started today without any back pain. My feet, they're good, you know, tiny bit tiny bit tired or sore, so but you know, not too bad. Not bad at all, really. They'll be happy if I can just rest for a bit somewhere. But I'm, you know, hoping for, like I said, a little cafe maybe where I can sit for a good half hour. Looks like we're going up again. This looks a bit steep. Holy gramoly, it goes all the way up there to that electrical thing. I wonder what people were talking about when they said it was all downhill. Anyway, yeah, so that's it for now. Oh, beautiful scenery still. I'll check back in maybe when I'm sitting somewhere or when there's something else to say. Hey, so I'm back to having no service again. Hopefully that's only gonna last while I'm up here in the mountains. And by the time I get to Triacastela, it will be back to normal again. Although I had trouble, yeah, at the last two places as well, but those were also mountainous. But I'd wanted to film this cute little Labrador puppy, but by the time I was able to get out my phone, he was chewing on my dreadlocks. I got him down into a belly rub and he was just laying there completely relaxed, so I got my hair back, but there was still no chance to really get the phone out. But he was absolutely adorable, chewing on everything though. When he couldn't get my dreadlocks, he was grabbing my cloth that I have hanging from my belt, and when he couldn't get that, he was going for my shoes and trouser legs, and he was just so adorable. Then someone else came and said, "Oh, cute puppy," and fell for it. And I got up and went back to my orange juice, my giant glass of orange juice. That's the photo I took. Only 4 euros. The guy was brilliant. And then the girl was sitting there going, oh no, don't chew on that. Oh no. So I think it just belongs to the bar where I stopped. So we had this really steep hill with really fine gravel, and it's pretty treacherous actually to climb, and like I would never want to go down that, you know. Yeah, so I had my 25 minute break if you include standing in line, and had more orange juice, and now that was about at maybe 19 kilometers, so I've still got 11 to go. And I heard a lot of people up at that cafe where I stopped saying they were all going to Triacastela, so I'm really glad that I got my reservation. And yeah, I can't go online for weather, but the last thing that it had recorded was 17 degrees in Vega del Valcarce, which was the area that we were in yesterday. I'm not sure how accurate that is for now, but yeah, that's essentially it. It's, you know, there's a light breeze, so that's keeping it cool. And I actually heard in the weather report it's supposed to rain, like, I think after tomorrow, it's supposed to rain like all week long, which I wouldn't be bothered by. It's 11:15, and it's got to be at least 22 degrees. I still don't have any service, so I can't check. But I've been meaning to tell you guys about, do you remember the fruit seller outside of Leon? When I walked past, he called out to me, "See you in the next life." Does anyone remember that? Well, apparently, and he just spoke to me in English, you know, but he's not a native English speaker, and, you know, I could have come from anywhere. And a Camino friend, Selene, when she walked past him, he spoke to her in Italian. And again, you know, she could have spoken any language. And so he's, you know, there's something special, you know, about that guy. And what I heard from Selena, what she heard from someone else, and so on, is that he lives out there, and he does this, that's all a complete service. You know, every day of his life, he wants to serve the pilgrims. So that's why it really was regalo as a present. So it was really just giving it to people, and he just, you know. But Selena didn't stop either. I didn't stop. Again, I know it was because I was in the flow, but it's beautiful that he does it, and it's crazy that he lives out there, you know, and I don't know how he affords it all, but you know, I mean, that was a beautiful setup. If you remember, I hope I took pictures or videos or something. Yeah, I think I had a video going at the time. But yeah, I just thought I would share that little bit of interesting information. And some people were saying, you know, yeah, he's a bit of a shaman, you know, and certainly, you know, saying to me, "I'll see you in the next life," that's like right up my alley, you know. So there is a bit of wizardry going on there. And to my Italian friend, he said, "Good luck." So interesting, right? So let's see, where are we coming up on now? I'm not sure it says, but it's some little town. Casa Quiroga. I don't remember seeing that on the list, so I don't know where this is. Maybe it's Filobal or something. Oh wait, maybe. Nope. Still no idea. But I'm still probably about 7 kilometers away from my goal. So I've been speeding up as fast as I can to get away from a big group of people who had invariably music on, or loud chatter, or a clacking stick. So I've really been hot-footing it. Only the music maker behind me is also hot-footing it. But gorgeous, eh? It's just on and on and on. It's the never-ending mountains here. Seriously. I feel like it's gonna be like this all the way to Santiago, and only on the way to Finisterre will we come out of the mountains, because of course we'll be heading to the ocean. I just don't understand how we keep going up if we're supposed to be going down. But maybe I don't really understand mountains. Okay. Okay. Oops, lots of poop. Yeah. We're gonna have to deal with. Yes, more big bodies.
Bueno, aquí vamos caminando con las vacas, como verán. Ahí siguen un montón, con unos cosmotes. Yo no sé qué serán, pero me dio miedo. Pero no se ven bastante dóciles. Aquí